Hey everyone, haven't done a video in a while. Just been busy with Balloon Fiesta things, birthday, whatever. So we'll talk a little bit about kind of some New Mexico, a little bit of Texas stuff around the area as we head through October and this weekend. First of all, fall colors. I don't know if you noticed, I'm in Rio Grande Park here, not far from the TV station in Albuquerque. It's not many fall colors yet, of course, in the metro areas. Probably as we get toward about October 15th, 20th or so, we'll get more colors. But especially up in the mountains, it looks really good. Look at this map, and this is the fall color update from explorefall.com. And there's basically near peak conditions across the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, the Tusas Mountains, even in the Sandia, some really good colors. I've been seeing pictures. So get out there and see some fall colors. Maybe today's your best bet because there will be some rain coming in this weekend. Kind of look at the forecast here. This is a forecast of precipitation for the next few days, and a lot of it coming through Arizona and into western New Mexico. This will start up more so Saturday and Sunday, continuing through about Tuesday, and there could be some very, very heavy rainfall in Arizona. I mean, models are cranking out like during that time period, 2, 3, 4 inches or more locally in some areas, so it could be a pretty wet stretch. Be careful traveling if you are, especially traveling through Arizona. There may be some flash flooding potential beginning today through at least about Monday or Tuesday. So for Balloon Fiesta though, if you are sticking around, the forecast looks a little tricky for Balloon Fiesta as we head into the day. On Saturday, we have a slight increase in the wind speed, maybe some rain coming in, although I think the rain chances kind of hold off maybe until about late morning or lunchtime, but still check the forecast if you're headed out in the morning, or definitely if you have some afternoon or evening activities. It could be kind of wet, and maybe even some wet weather for the final day of Balloon Fiesta on Sunday. So mass ascension, maybe a little questionable at least one of those days, but yeah, it's been a good stretch so far. I don't know if you've seen a couple pictures here. I have a couple I took for you. I like these because I was checking out the balloons against the moon. I snapped a couple pictures. I mean, they look fun and everything. One of them I really like because if you look at it, you can kind of see if you zoom in right there that you can kind of see the difference in temperature. The heat from the balloon and then the cool air outside of it causes that little distortion of the moon against the surface. Kind of like that mirage type thing you see when you look at the surface of a hot road on a hot summer day. You know, you see that kind of reflection, little waviness. So that was just cool to see. That's me being a weather nerd. But yeah, so hopefully you've been out to Balloon Fiesta and gotten some good pictures. Tons of people out there taking photos. I mean, if you just look anywhere, there's people posting some really great photos online. One more thing, La Niña. La Niña's back. As of yesterday, NOAA says we're into a weak La Niña, which may continue through about February or so, kind of a brief weak one. But if you kind of look at the data they're showing here, this little chart I'm briefly showing, the right side of the map is kind of different regions of the Pacific Ocean and the tropics, and they've all gone now a little cooler than usual with the sea surface temperature. So we're into a weak La Niña, and that often means kind of drier conditions across like New Mexico, Texas, the southern part of the United States. I mean, it's not always that way, but the general trend is the southern states, the Southwest, maybe a little bit drier, at least kind of like Arizona through New Mexico, Texas, and into the South, and sometimes warmer than normal too. Although I remember working in South Texas in the Rio Grande Valley that sometimes, even though that trend comes out that way, you sometimes get cold fronts go through that in the winter that don't have the clouds and precipitation behind them. So you often get the clear, cold nights and you end up with some freezes. So, keep an eye on that. South Texas friends, Rio Grande Valley, you might, as you head into winter, see a cold front that does give you at least a light freeze as you get into December, January, February. That seems like it happens more often than not. A couple more things coming up this month. We have another meteor shower, and it should be a good one because of the moon. The Orionids Meteor shower peaks on October 21st at night, and there is a new moon right around then, so it should be super dark. So if you can get out and see some meteors at night, really any night that week, but especially the peak on October 21st, I'll post more as a reminder, but you could see maybe some good displays. Also, there are some comets that are trying to become visible, at least with telescopes and things like that. The one that may stand out later in October is Comet Lemmon, which I'll post something about an update on as well. That one might become bright enough to see with the naked eye in the evening sky as you get toward the last half of October, maybe early November. It's, something we have to wait and see if it does flare up. So keep posting on that. I post a lot more updates on my Facebook page, the Alan Shoemaker TV Facebook page. Definitely post some things there. But anyway, enjoy your weekend. It's super nice out here. It feels almost like still late summer in New Mexico. The humidity's still up, temperatures are still warm, but there is some rain coming this weekend. So check the forecast before heading out.